You've had your mortgage appointment, you've got your mortgage agreement in principle, and now you don't know what to do next. In this video, I'm going to explain what you can do regarding estate agents, viewings and offers. I think it's quite common now that the easiest way to find a house is to get on Rightmove. Two things you can do: get the app, and if you've got an area, a type of house you like, register with Rightmove and get them to send you email updates. The benefit of that is then when a new house comes on the market, you're not having to look for it every day. You'll get sent a regular update and that'll tell you what new houses are out there. Then if you find one you love, you need to contact the estate agent and book a viewing. Every estate agent is different, but what you'll find is they'll ask a series of questions. There's some key parts to this. First of all, they want to know about you. And the reason they do this is they want to know that they can match one of their houses with you and your needs. So the more detail you give them about the type of house you're looking for, the area, the less likely they are to ring you up and say they found a house that you don't like and it's not in the right place. The other thing, if I'm honest, is going to be a sales related thing. They've normally got their in-house mortgage advisor and they want to refer over to them. They may think they're the most amazing mortgage advisor in the world, or they may be getting paid for it. Either way, they're going to ask you questions about your mortgage. You are free to use whoever you want for your mortgage advice. It's your decision, and it's really important that, considering this is the biggest financial commitment you're ever going to make, that it's someone you feel comfortable with, you trust, and you are happy dealing with giving you this advice and dealing with all your personal information. So feel free, you can use the in-house advisor at the estate agents, but don't think you have to. It doesn't mean that you've got a better chance of getting a house, and it definitely doesn't mean that you're in a better position because they keep things all within. Please remember, the estate agents are getting paid by the seller. If they're saying to you you're in a better position because you're using their mortgage advisor, yet they're getting paid by the seller, there's a risk of a conflict of interest there because they are supposed to be acting on behalf of the seller, which means they can't really act on your behalf. Be very careful when they're giving you reasons to use their advisor and they're saying that it makes it better for you because it's in-house, it makes it quicker, or anything like that. The truth is, you need to decide whether you feel comfortable with that person and the fact that they're tied to an estate agent. If you are, then great. If you're not, you're not in any worse position at all by using another mortgage advisor. You are not disadvantaged. Do not let an estate agent tell you anything other than that. You've registered with the estate agent and then you're booking a viewing. It's normal that they will either have an accompanied viewer, so someone from the estate agent who goes out to show you around the house, or it'll be with the homeowner themselves. Now, at this stage, this is when, if it's the first time you've ever done this, it can be a bit nerve-wracking because you don't really know what to do. Most of the times, if it's with the estate agent, they'll talk you through a few things and they'll let you view the house. They will follow you around because it's important for the security of the homeowner that they know what you're doing and it's safe. They will follow you around to each room and guide you through. If it's with the homeowner, then obviously they'll show you around each room, and you'll get a feel for how they live there. And that's quite important really, because you can ask them questions if you want. As I mentioned on other videos, my take is that don't ask too many questions or don't worry about any questions on your first viewing. It's really important you just get a feel for the house, whether you like it, and then if you do, you can book a second viewing and you can prepare loads of questions that are based upon the house itself, and also you've got a bit of time to think about it. You can also ask them up front before the viewing so they've got time to answer it. You may end up viewing lots of houses you don't like. That's very normal because you may see the pictures and you think this is lovely, but the area may not be right for you, or the estate agent has got an amazing camera and maybe the room sizes aren't exactly how it looks on the photos. However, eventually, whether it could be the first one, the 10th one, there's no wrong or right here with the amount of houses you view. Eventually, you're going to find one that you love and you're going to want to make an offer on. What do you do when you make an offer? First thing you can do is speak to your mortgage advisor. If your mortgage advisor is like me and they want to support you and help you and use their experience, they can give you advice on how much to offer. They've got lots of information at their fingertips and they can say what they think is a good offer to make. One of the biggest key tips that I've got is have a look at how long it's been on the market for. So the longer a house has been on the market for, the more likely they're going to be having to take an offer further away from the asking price. Doesn't mean that you can offer really, really low, but as an example, a house that's only come on the market a week ago is less likely to take a reduced offer than a house that's been on for 6 months. It's important to start there. Then you put that offer forward. That can be done in writing. You can just send an email and you can put in writing how much you wish to offer, or you can ring them up. At this stage, the estate agent's probably going to ask you more questions about your mortgage. That's a good time to have that mortgage in principle document available and you can show them. That will show that you're a serious buyer and it puts weight to your offer. Again, if you've got a mortgage advisor who's going to put that offer forward for you, that will add weight again to your offer because it shows that you've got a professional on your side and the speed in which you're willing to move to get your mortgage application processed once that offer's been accepted. This is where the negotiation comes in. There are lots of different techniques and way of looking at getting the best deal for you. And if we think about it in terms of a mortgage, if you can get 10 grand off a house, that's 10 grand less on a mortgage, and that's a lower monthly payment every month for you. And that's 10 grand overall that you're not paying interest on and paying back over 30, 40 years, whatever it might be. It's really important that you do take your time and where possible, again, if you've got an advisor who can help you with this and they've got the experience, the skills and the technology to utilize, that you put forward an offer that will get you the very best deal possible. Now, what can happen is if you put an offer down and it's not accepted, then this is where you can negotiate. So they may have an amount in mind that they need. Generally, estate agents won't really tell you exactly what that is. The reason behind that is, again, as mentioned earlier, they are working on behalf of the seller. The seller is paying a fee for the estate agent to market the house and to get the very best price possible. They're not going to tell you exactly what they want because that might mean that the seller won't get as much as possible for the house. So the seller working on behalf, the estate agent working on behalf of the seller, not on your behalf, is therefore not going to tell you what they want. It's then for you to decide where you next go up. There's no hard and fast rules, and I'm sure an estate agent won't be particularly happy if you went up by £500 every time, mainly because they have to produce letters, they have to negotiate, speak to the seller, speak to you. They produce a letter stating what you've offered to you and the offer letter to the seller as well. So I'm sure they won't be particularly happy if you go up by that amount, but there's no official rules to say you have to go up by another £5,000 or £10,000. You negotiate what feels best for you. If then the offer gets accepted, there's then a couple of things you need to do. They will ask you for some evidence to prove that you are who you say you are and also that you are able to proceed. They are money laundering regulations and also on behalf of the seller to make sure that if they're going to put that house as sold subject to contract on Rightmove, that you are actually okay to proceed. The things they're going to ask for at this stage are ID, normally passport, driving license, photo ID, so have that ready. Proof of deposit. If you're taking a mortgage and you've got some money in savings, they're going to ask for evidence of that, probably 6 to 12 months worth. They're also going to ask for that mortgage agreement in principle. They want to know now that you can definitely proceed with this and you've already been credit checked. And then the final thing they're going to ask you for is your solicitor's details. To take the house off the market, they're going to need to know that you've got a solicitor in place and you're able to proceed.